I'm with Rosie Sullivan today from N&M Nursery. Good morning.
Hi, Judy.
And you have some ideas for us about herb pots that we can do at home.
Yes, I do. Herb pots are great for if you don't have a big yard and you just want something on your patio close to your house to go snip and clip. And we'll start with a culinary pot.
All right. Well, here I have cilantro for you.
No, I wouldn't recommend putting cilantro in a pot because cilantro is a short-lived annual. And what you want to do is when you purchase your cilantro, they're usually about this size. And I really recommend that you just leave it in the pot that it is.
Ah.
If you were going to put it in the garden, I'd just recommend growing it from seed. But here's the cilantro. You come home, you're ready to make your salsa. I would just, if you just want to use half the plant, you can just use half the plant. Just cut it down like this. I rinse it, chop it up with my little clippers right into your salsa. Or you can cut the whole thing down like this. By the end of next week, this will be the same size again.
You don't have to go to the grocery store.
No,
it's ready to go
exactly.
use again.
Yeah, it's fresh. It's, it lasts longer than the stuff that you buy. And then by the end of next week, it's grown to the same size. I'll use it again. Third week, fourth week. By the fourth, fifth week, it's getting pretty weak, and I just throw it out and start over.
But you've had your money's worth.
Absolutely, yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so we'll start up with an herb pot. Depending on what you like to use or cook, and I just have a little oval pot right here. And it is okay to put several different varieties of herbs in one pot. I have never had where the varieties mix or the flavors and all that.
Never.
No, I have people that worry about that sometimes, but they don't. And so we will start maybe with a little bit of African blue basil. It's got nice coloring, and so we'll just pot it up.
And that you can use for salads?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The African blue basil, it's a little more ornamental than culinary, and we'll throw in some sweet basil as well, but we'll throw in a little bit of chive, and this you can clip and cut as much as you want, and they just keep coming back all summer long.
And what's pretty is there's a lot of different textures and colors of green. There's some silver, there's some purple, so it's really interesting, but it's useful too.
Exactly.
All right.
And then, so we will go ahead, and I kind of try to, whatever grows a little bit taller, might maybe go towards the back.
Okay.
Because of the shape of the pot. This is rosemary. We'll just put some rosemary. Rosemary is good to have, I started just throwing it in the barbecue for that flavor with the pellets. And it works really well. Let's throw a little bit of oregano.
I think there's something for everybody in this kind of pot. You can kind of see what you cook, what you would use, and maybe even extend your palate and try something different.
Exactly. So we got your oregano, we got your, and I know that once you start using fresh herbs, you'll know that you need a lot less than dry herbs.
Right.
And the flavor is so wonderful. So some thyme, some sage.
And I think we're all looking for that. We love to have it right outside our back door and have it growing for us. And it's getting to be that season, and why not have it fresh?
Right, and if you're going to harvest this, there's no wrong or right way. Here you go, this right here.
It's ready to go into the pot.
Just throw it into the pot. Here is
marjoram.
Ready. Yep, ready to go. Right there. It's making your spaghetti sauce. Pick off a little sprig of rosemary, throw it in. And, chives, just cut some. Chop them up on your baked potato, whatever.
Yummy.
Yep.
Now, if we're not a cook, you have something else for us.
Yes, if you're not a cook and you still want something flavorful and good and looks nice and useful, we will do kind of a tea/salad pot.
All right.
So I'll start with some salvia. And this can be useful in many ways. It attracts hummingbirds, and then it blooms all summer long. And you can just pick off the blooms, put them in your salads.
Oh, it's
and they're
pretty.
edible. Yes. And then we'll throw in some mint. And I always recommend putting mint in pots. Do not put it in the ground.
I think that's the biggest tip we can take today.
Yeah. And it is great to have during the summer, though. Just, get that lemonade out or mojitos with mint julep.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah, so I'll add a few different mints in here.
And they'll still nice and contained. They won't take over all your herb garden.
Yeah, and they'll keep going. And then stevia, the natural sugar plant.
Very sweet.
So you can just make add a little bit of chocolate mint, add a sprig of stevia, and you're set. for those summer days. And let's see what else. Oh, how about a lavender? Oops, sorry. Was
No,
that-
no problem.
Okay, lavender. It is, the fragrance is wonderful, you know, make tea just from the fresh flowers.
Oh, never would have thought about that. That's a great one.
Yeah, and so we'll just add to it. And with the salvia blooming and the lavender blooming and a
it's
little bit
beautiful.
of different textures, and here you've got your pot for the non-cooking types.
Well, I think you've given us so many ideas. I know that you're out and about at the Beaverton Market and you sell to so many different garden centers in the area. You can go find any of these herbs at your independent garden centers. Thanks so much for all these ideas. We appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for coming over.